Hi everybody, welcome back to the Rebel Chumps channel, the custom saber review channel. Today we're gonna look at a new pre-order which is up at the Saberforge.com website, and that is the Ronin heavy dueling saber that I recently already announced in one of my news videos. This is the selection that we can choose from at the moment. It's the MK1, MK2 and MK3. Each have a different style of gripping area, where the MK1 has these horizontal rings and the MK2 sporting a leather wrap area with choking points, and then the MK3, which is my personal favorite, has the knurled gripping that you also find, for example, on the Emerald Knight. And also what I noticed is something else besides these excellent heavy dueling sabers that are up for the pre-order now, which I highly recommend to get on board if you're interested in getting one yourself. They have very cool tuba designs. This tuba design, for example, has the Saber Legion lasered into it, and there's another one that has a Rising Sun or a Triforce logo. I believe the Triforce logo, let me see if we have that. This is the Rising Sun. So here we go. I believe this is the this should be the Triforce. And then, oops, what's this? Oh yeah, I was looking the Clone Wars. This one, gosh, is the Rising Sun. Yeah, here we go. So you see these horizontal lines. Now, personally, I think this is my favorite of the three Tsuba designs, but I like this type of hilt design personally. Because the knurled gripping area is giving a massive amount of grip, especially when you have sweaty hands like myself. It's just perfect. So I might pick up this MK3 myself to do dueling with. I think it is a long hilt, is excellent for dueling, nice wide fat Tsuba, good design of the Tsuba, it won't break that easily on you, compared to some of the complaints in the past regarding the katana from Saberforge, where they have a very specific Tsuba design. Let me show you shortly, where there is so little meat around the alloy or the metals used that they easily break at certain areas. So let me see, where is it? Here we go. So for example, this is one of a good example. So you see the Tsuba here with a very thin area of the ring. It's very easy to have a crack or a breakage here because the material is quite thin, and it's a common issue with the katana design of the Tsuba. Now, I ordered one katana, but that one is not for heavy dueling. For myself, it's more that I really dig this design. I ordered this smaller katana, the smallest actually, just because I really enjoy that flat area on the katana. Anyway, it's not about the katana, but just to show that the Tsuba on the MK3 has been heavily improved and should be a lot sturdier. So if you into pre-ordering this saber yourself, go to the Saberforge website. They probably have a limited amount available, so you need to be a little bit fast. And also what I noticed while I was looking at the pre-order of this saber, I noticed that there has been a price hike for certain hilts. So the Redeemer has been going up by $50 for the MT hilt, so it's now at $200 for the Redeemer. The same account for the Prodigal Sun. It also has received a price hike of $50, and that is the starting price for an empty. And I also noticed that with another saber, that was the Avenger. So also the Avenger got a price hike of $50. So that's kind of interesting, and I don't know why that is, and if that is something that Saberforge is gonna extend to the entire range of available sabers, so that at some point all the elite sabers will be at a starting price of $200. Now, this is important because the apprentice sabers originally received their price hike a while ago from $50 to $75, And so far I believe the Elite Sabers never really received that price hike yet, but Phil Isherwood already have told a long while ago that also eventually the Elite Sabers would get a price hike. So maybe at this point we're starting to look where the price hike is starting to slowly be implemented for first few popular sabers, and then it will be extended to all sabers. So I think it might be a good time to pick up some empties from Saberforge if you want to avoid a potential price hike going forward, because I think this trend will continues through all these sabers that you see here, and at some point it will all be at the starting point of $200. And I think that is also to show with the Ronin here. Although the Ronin is a larger hilt, I don't think there is something very specifically different than compared to the other Elite Sabers besides the length to justify the $50 price hike. But I think that's going forward the standard price that Saberforge is going to use for the Elite Saber class as a minimum starting price. So please keep that in mind. And then something else that I wanted to show you guys is another piece of news, is the Pach Store. I'm gonna do a review on their lightsaber server soon. I'm in good contact with the owner of the shop, and he's gonna send me some test review samples, so that will be up very soon. Currently Aaron is on holiday, so when he's returned from his holiday he will arrange that with me. But they have this Moonkiller Saber run, and the starting price is at $80 for the empty hilt, I believe. Is that correct? Or let's see if he altered the pricing already. Ah, okay, that's the deposit. So the empty hilt for this Moonkiller starts at a complete price of $258. That is without the electronics. You can also have that installed if you want. But if you look at it, it's actually very, very well nice designed saber. It's a very high quality piece with a crystal review and whatnot. So it is in direct competition with the Saberforge offering, which is a little bit higher in price range, but have a similar offer. And it's nice to have some more competition in that price range. Now, of course, you need to be fast, because this is a pre-order, and actually I just see that the order already has been closed. So I think we're already late by now, but you can see the Pach Store is coming with a lot of sabers out there with a lot of cool designs. They recently did the Ashoka Tano design, now the Moonkiller, which is basically of course the lightsaber of the Force Unleashed 1 and 2, I believe. So Star Killer, so it's really cool. Yeah, you really need to keep an eye on these guys, because they're coming out with a boatload of new sabers, and high quality and very affordable. So for example, let me see. If I go to their main site where they sell other sabers, yes, Saber Star Wars Day. Yep. So these sabers, like the hitoren V3 and some other of the Hilt designs, are highly praised. They very good value for money, and their blades are super bright. They have string blades, but as an option, but they also have in Hilt LED options. So they really start to expand their business and coming up with unique designs and catering into all kinds of different market segments of pricing and budgeting. So I think that's a very unique new opportunity for you guys to look into. And that was basically it. So the reviews will come up soon from the Hitoren sabers. Check out the Saberforge website if you keening the Ronin heavy dueling lightsaber design. I think it's really cool. I think it's an excellent dueler. For example, I love my Ultra Sabers Dominic's version 4. I think the longer hilts are excellent for dueling. That extra gripping area to grip your hand and constantly re-grip in certain areas where maybe you wear the gloves. Like if you are doing the dueling competition, you will have to wear those big gloves. Having more grip estate on the hilt is really important. It also really helps to break the leverage that you have on the hilt to emphasize the power and convert that power that you put into the swings, etc. That really helps to have that added length in the hilt. For example, I do love my Vader's Vault Acolyte, but I don't think this will be a perfectly hilt for heavy dueling, just purely because for my personal gripe that will be when I wear big gloves for heavy dueling, I need a little bit more area to grip the saber on, and constantly performing regrips at certain areas because you lose grip or you need to change the angle of your hand. And with the big claws, it's nicer if you have more area so your hands have a little bit space in between, because you have to understand the padding of the big claws need some more room, otherwise you constantly in the clinch with your own hands and getting stuck in maybe a lockup because of not having the ideal grip on the hilt. So I do think those longer hilts are excellent for that, and also have a choke point so you can put your thumb within the choke points and then extra leverage the grip a little bit tighter and closer to your hand palm whilst wearing the big gloss, because that will have some negative impact on the gripping area properly for you. And it's also most likely a little bit stiffer in the types of leather being used in, or material in those gloves. So it's nice to have certain choke points so you can have that leverage on those points, and it's also a point of reference so you don't have to think about where to put your hand. You will actually feel it through the glove, and that will help you to regrip to your personal preference. At least that's my opinion. I think that really will be helpful. And that's it. That's this news item for this week. Hope you liked it. And please subscribe, like the video, and stay scummy.